Hi, I'm Laura. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today we are going to be unboxing the returning of Panthera Tarot, the Kickstarter edition. I have been so excited about this since I saw it. I have a love of cats, and I keep thinking that I need to do like a collection of just my cat decks. I don't have that many, but I still have enough to have a collection of cat decks. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So it is a 79 cards, 22 majors, 40 minor, 16 court, and 1 special card, which we will dive into. And they upgraded us for us on the Kickstarter to this beautiful box, even though we didn't unlock that like extra thing. They were kind enough to add it in, so I'm so appreciative of that. Diving in, we have the guidebook. I actually got a bonus Queen of Cups. It's the exact same, but for whatever reason, it's just in there. I don't know if everybody got that or if mine just somehow got someone else's card, but we have it there, so I'm just gonna tuck that off to the side. Then we have the little signature of the Kickstarter 2022 edition. And we have just this beautiful little insert. I think I might take this white piece out and put this in the bottom, but to get us started, we have these cards. So this is our deck. This is the gold. It's also, they upgraded us to this even though we didn't hit that stretch goal, which I am really appreciating, and it's beautiful. And like any, I think it's gonna like rub off or get scratched off, but it's beautiful while it lasts, and it's lovely. All right, so let's dive into this. Oh, and they also gave us these. So they gave us these adorable little pins that are just so cute. Don't know what I'm going to do with those yet, but again, so cute. So diving into this, I do want to mention just right off the bat for anyone who is thinking of getting it or getting the Kickstarter, there are some spelling mistakes and typos in the, or not spelling mistakes, but some photo mistakes. So we have the High Priestess, but they accidentally have the Magician card. And so like, yeah. And then apparently, I haven't flipped through the whole thing, but I was reading some of the comments on Kickstarter. There's a couple mistakes where, like, the description has just been put in. I am going to let it slide with this. Their first language is not English. It is something that they have addressed themselves and apologized for. They've also given us, a PDF version with corrections. And yeah, and apparently some of the descriptions aren't as easy to understand, but again, their native language is not English. So I think that they did a fantastic job, and I think you can also sort of like not make up your own information, but if you know tarot, I feel like you can follow it pretty strictly, or pretty straightforward. Wow, I am mumbling today. So I think you can follow it pretty straightforward if you do understand tarot. And I feel like these cards, at least for myself, they're very, very intuitive, and there's so much in the images that I am just so excited about this deck and just the artwork and everything. I am very pleased with it, even though there are a couple of mistakes. I'm all right with it. So these are the backs. This is the sides. And I literally just went through them myself, but I wanted to go through them on video as well. So let's dive into the deck, starting us off with the Fool. So starting us off with the Fool, moving on, we have the Magician. We have the High Priestess. We have the Empress, which I just love. The Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot. Now, something that I actually find really cool with this deck is, because again, it's sort of like cats have taken over the world is sort of how I'm taking it, but there are things like the Chariot in the background here. Anything that's sort of like a human design has been sort of like broken down, or it's only like ruins or rubble, which I think is really, really cool. So it's like everything is very much from the cat's world, not just like cats. Like here, the Wheel of Fortune is broken because, again, humans have disappeared. Cats are ruling the earth. At least that's the vibe I get. So yeah, so they have things, but it's not presented in the way of just like, oh, a cat is holding like a human tool. It's much more, it shows up like, how would the cat look at it? It's like the Hanged Man is the cat hanging from the tree. I love that. Death, Temperance, the devil, the tower. I love this card. The star, the moon, the sun. I think this is just like the cutest card ever. Judgment, the world, and then we have our bonus surprise card, the eclipse. I love it. Then we start off with our Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Three of Cups, 4, 5 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, absolutely adorable, the 7, the 8, the 9, and make sure you stick around to the end because this deck does something super cool that I will show you once we have gone through them all. The Page, the Knight, the Queen, the King, the Page of Pentacles. I really like how they did the pentacle suits because yes, we have some pentacles, but it's also like their riches is their food, right? So you see them hunting their food. Here the pentacles are on this old tree or this old rock, this old like pillar that's fallen down, but they're going after what their riches or their abundance is, which is their food. Again, here you've got like the old church falling. I just love how the artwork has been incorporated in. Move into our swords. We've got our snow leopards. So each suit of these cards is also dedicated to a different cat family, which I really, really love. And then, of course, the majors were different cats for each card. This was a little spooky and scary. This one's adorable. Then we move into our aces. We go into our lions. They are a little stuck together, but they will loosen up as I work with them. I love the pages in this. They're just the cutest little cubs. This queen is gorgeous. And then the king. All right, so those are the cards. They're very flexible. They're a little on the thinner side, but they're not something like the corners are already sort of a little like just from how they were in the box, they're a little extra rounded, if that makes sense. Like they're just a little like I wouldn't necessarily go like, I'm like I could fold it in half, but I'm like, again, it feels sort of like a Llewellyn cardstock, if that makes sense, if you're familiar. I'm very happy with them. I'm going to use them. I feel like they're really good. Oh, I was just going to shuffle and I'm like, no, I want to show you this first. I think you can do it with the majors too. So let's see this. So they actually all work together. Yeah, here we go. So they actually all fit together to form a larger like panorama type of photo, which I just think is so cool. Also, that takes some serious talent to be able to bring this together and put it all in place and have all of them match up. Like that is just so cool. I'm like, do you see that? I just think that that's so cool. I just think that that is just like the coolest thing ever. I can't keep going, so I'm going to pull this down. Obviously they don't fit top to bottom, but you can see how they fit together. And I just think that that is just like the coolest thing ever. I'm just like, this is just so cool to me. Like, look at that. Like, pulls this over here, pulls this over. Like, is that not just like the coolest thing that you've ever seen? I love it. I think it's so cool. Okay. Do these do it too? I think they all do it. Yeah, here we go. Look at that. Like, just so cool. And again, the talent of having the picture go all the way across like that is just so cool. Like, I just find that so cool. Okay, so Ace of Cups. I just love this. I'm like, it all fits. It reminds me of like a storybook, and I think that's what drew me to this deck so much, was sort of this like idea that it makes this bigger story, which I think tarot does. Like, we can create these full picture things, but this one actually creates like a whole picture. And of course, you're not usually going to lay it out like this, but I just think that that is really cool that it reminds me of like a storybook, or like the moving forward of progression. And it scratches some like itch in my brain in like the best way possible. Now, as I'm working with these and moving these around in this setting, I am noticing that they're a little thinner than my first initial thought was. But you know what? Again, they're stunning. They're gorgeous. I'm happy with them. And I'll just be gentle with them, because I have other card decks that are thin as well. So it's like, you just sort of have to adjust sometimes. Like, isn't this just so cool? I think this is so cool. So cool. Okay. I don't think I need to show you every single piece, but literally I think every single card, if I had enough space to put this together, I believe they all go together. And I like that they're also like color coded. So like, these are all the wands. We've got the blue for the swords. We've got the green for the pentacles. Like I said, these are sticking together slightly. We've got the green for the pentacles. We've got more of this like purple tone for the majors. We've got this orangey, rusty, reddy color for the cups. So, okay. Shall we shuffle? I don't want to shuffle just because I'm like, I don't want to make these go in. I want to keep them in their little piles and their little like things, but let's see how they shuffle. Okay. So this way they are sort of staying in their clumps, but like I said, they are sort of sticking together. We will loosen those up a bit. Yeah, like right now they're still staying in their little chunks, but they are shuffling. Ooh, I'm dropping some. Okay, hold on. Let me do a little like this. I don't normally riffle shuffle my cards, but sometimes when they're really sticking together, it can be nice to break them up. And that shuffles beautifully. I can't do that. Hold on. Let me try that again. Yeah, they're already getting, the gilding's already getting a little like beat up, but this is okay. Gilding is going to get beat up anyways, and they gifted it to us. Like, we didn't actually reach that stretch goal. So for me, I'm just like, you know what? They gave it to us, and I am happy. So I am grateful. I am thankful. I am happy with the cards. That's lovely. All right. Let's, just because we do this all the time, let's see what card comes out for a reading. What does this deck want us to know? If this deck had an energy, what would the energy be? So we've got the High Priestess and we've got the Empress, which I just think is so fitting for a cat deck. Okay, let's dive into the guidebook and see how the guidebook comes across. And if we have spelling errors or anything like that, we'll just deal with it. I already know that picture needs to be switched, and that's okay. Where are we? Here we go, the Empress. The Maltese tiger is a species of panthera native to southern China, and it is said to have bluish fur with dark gray stripes. The Maltese tiger or blue tiger is still not... Oh, that makes so much sense. I'm like, why is this? But I'm like, that's the wrong picture. This is the right picture. We'll just put that there for ourselves. I might even just like print up a new one, just like glue it in here. We solve these problems. We've got this. Okay, the Maltese tiger, or the blue tiger, is still not proven that lived in the past. Okay, so this is where I guess people on Kickstarter were talking about how like some of it's like the languaging, like the grammar isn't there. So that's okay. So this makes the Maltese tiger a bit of a mystery. And because of the mysterious story, the artist had chosen the Maltese tiger to represent the High Priestess card to indicate mystery, spirituality, and what is hidden. You will see two pillars of the High Priestess. The right pillar is referred to generally, and the left pillar is referred to as strength. Both right and left pillars also indicate negative and positive, the duality of nature, good and bad. So the upright signifies spirituality, mystery, perception, and intuition. The reverse is out of control, hidden motives, confusion, and lack of self-belief. The High Priestess indicates you have to choose the reason first before your instinct. Maybe you have to take the reason into your instinct. The High Priestess comes to warn of concealed the fact that important to you. Okay, yeah, so I understand now where people are like upset with the guidebook, but I'm not upset with it. I'm just like, okay, they did their best. So yeah, I might just rewrite this. Like that's where I go. I'm like, okay, the cards are beautiful. I wanted the cards. I can work with this. I can change this. I can rewrite it. I can fix it. And also I know the tarot. So it's like I can pull what I need to from this and from these. So, okay. I may have to fix this, but that's okay. And yeah, and then, so the Eclipse card at the back it's a Tigon. It's a hybrid offspring of two species, which are female tigers and male lions. Because interbreeding makes them hybrid, offsprings are generally sterilized, short-lived. The mane of male Tigons may be shorter or less noticeable than lions' manes, and they are also smaller than lions and tigers. The solar eclipse occurs when the moon gets between the earth and the sun, and the moon casts a shadow over the earth. When the moon blocks sunlight, the umbrella takes the shape of the dark, slender shadow. When the sky is dark, it is a symbol of bad luck, meaning suspiciousness, bad luck, misfortune, ill luck. Believe your wisdom and believe your hunches. Okay. I'm going to leave it there because, yeah, there are some things here that I would have liked to have improved. But again, it's one of these things where it's like they didn't reach all the stretch goals and they still gave us the stretch goals. So it's like they gave us the hard box, which was one of the stretch goals, which we didn't reach, but they gave it to us anyways. They gave us the gilding on the side. So it's like they did that, and I appreciate it. And the cards are still beautiful, and I'm going to use them, and I'm going to love them. I may or may not use the guidebook, but I do that with decks that have amazing guidebooks, right? So it's like... For me, this is funny. This is literally just me going because there's some like really nasty comments on the Kickstarter that was sort of bothering me. Just of some people being like I don't know, just being nasty, and I don't like that. So for me, when I'm buying a card deck, for the most part, like 9 times out of 10, I'm buying it for the cards and for the artwork. So I am happy with these cards. I'm happy with the quality. I'm happy with the gilding. I'm happy with the art. The art is absolutely stunning and amazing. The guidebook is sort of like a really nice bonus for me. There are some decks out there that I have bought specifically for the guidebook and I don't use the cards, but most of the time, like I said, 9 times out of 10, I'm buying it for the cards, and the guidebook is just like the cherry on top. Now, is it absolutely amazing when both of them match up and they're both like 10 out of 10 fantastic? Yes, we love that. But is this going to stop me from using this card deck? Is this going to make me like go like, oh my god, it's awful? No, I can totally tuck this off and never look at it because there are fantastic guidebooks out there where I literally just tuck them off and never look at them. So this is not a deal breaker for me because like, or I buy decks that don't have card decks at all. So my point of view is they gave it a shot. They did their best, and I appreciate that. I love these. I am super, super happy with these. And that's all I've got to say about it. Yeah, I don't know. I love it. I really, really love them. And they shuffle beautifully. And they're already loosening up. Like at first they were a little stuck together, but they're loosening up. And we'll just keep playing with them. And for my cat-loving soul, we are very happy. So we've got the Eclipse, which we read. We have got the Fool. So it's sort of like, for me, just intuitively reading this, because we were talking about like, oh, I'm going to read intuitively. So let's do a little mini intuitive reading. And I probably mean like mini, like I'm not going to go deep into this. But this is like things being covered up, things being coming to light, things being illuminated, going through that energy of eclipse of where it's like, yeah, the sky, whether it's a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse is one of the questions too, but it's like either things can be cast into a shadow or things can be illuminated and brought to light, can be illuminating those shadows, which then brings you into this beginner mindset, this Fool energy, this new beginning energy, this like nativity. And maybe it's also like this thing of like, maybe there's some stuff that you're not seeing in the shadows that get to come forward. And you're just sort of having to like take that leap and move forward with it. And this is asking you to bring in this energy. I literally don't even know who I'm doing this reading for right now, but we're just rolling with it. It's just coming. It's just coming. And it's asking to bring in that mothering energy. It's asking to bring in that safety and that security and that nurturing and having that like taking care of your own inner garden, which could also bring us back to this eclipse energy being this like shadow side of really, really nurturing. Like, what are you bringing into, if you're moving forward in this beginner mindset, what nurturing thoughts are you bringing in to this energy? And that's 5, 6, 7 of cups. So this is also like, there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of options, which I also think comes through with this Fool being this energy of like, maybe you don't even see the options that are available to you. I also love that I just saw this and just hit this connection, but it's almost like this little cat is on the edge of the cliff. And we also have this cat over here. I don't know if you can see this. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera. This cat is on the cliff. And this cat up here in the background is same thing on the cliff. Now, yes, they're not the actual same cat if you really look closely at the cards, but you can pull that thing of like, they don't even see where they're going. And this is sort of like, yeah, you don't necessarily see what's over here, right? All these cups are sort of hidden from you right now and you're not noticing them. So there are gifts and there are presents that are coming in that you just haven't become aware of yet because you're still stuck in those old thought patterns. And you need to bring in that nurturing energy so that you can start seeing and you can also start protecting yourself as you move forward. See, oh, I'm loving these cards. Like, they are speaking to me. Don't know who they're speaking for, but they're speaking to me. And we've got this lovely Temperance, right? Take your time, be patient, allow things to be magical. Like, you don't have to know how things are working out for you, okay? You don't have to figure it all out. You can just allow things to bring together, that water, that air, that fire, that earth, having that blending of everything, having it all come together and realizing, again, you don't always know the how, but you can allow it to supply. We've also got the 9 of Cups, so there's definitely something that you are moving beyond. Hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Cups. 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups. Thank you. I knew something was wrong. I'm like, that's not my Roman numeral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, why am I like freezing on this 8 here? Okay, either way, it's this moving beyond. It's moving on to that like something that is new, something that is different. And part of this is because you're leaving behind those old belief systems. You're moving into this new phase of your life where you take care of yourself, where you nurture yourself, you nurture your garden. You're allowing yourself to move through the river of life instead of just watching it from the sidelines, really allowing yourself to have this balance between like knowing where you're going and also just allowing yourself to go there, right? Allowing yourself to take action and move on. Okay, we've also got this gorgeous, lovely Queen of Wands. And to me, she actually really brings in with the sunflowers here. She's really, really bringing in what we were talking about earlier with that tending to your inner garden, allowing things to grow, allowing your creative projects to take root and to take hold and to flourish into something new. And the way that your creative projects are going to flourish and going to grow and you're going to become this queen of creativity, this queen of like wisdom and just understanding and knowing what you're doing and having that benefit of having those creative projects come to life and being that like in that fire energy, in that passion, in that like that passion for life is by the moving forward. It's by moving beyond, and it's by being able to look around you and notice the opportunities instead of missing them because you're standing on the cliff chasing a butterfly, or chasing that butterfly right off the cliff, which will then bring you where you need to go, which is where all the opportunities are, okay? Oh, that's too many. Where did that go? That just like disappeared into a portal. Okay, here we go. So we have got the 9 of Swords, and we've got the 8 of Swords. Okay, so we've got the 9 and the 8. The thing here, which is really interesting because we've also got this like snow leopard energy here, is very much speaking to me. Hold on, let me pull this out just a little bit because apparently we're doing like a whole little reading for us here. What this to me is speaking of is sort of like if you stay put, right? We talked about that staying put. If you stay in those shadows, if you don't allow yourself to leap off the cliff, move forward, nurture yourself, you are going to be in this energy of feeling trapped, okay? You are going to be caught up in your nightmares, in those negative fear patterns, in those fears. So this is this eclipse energy that was coming through. Which is also funny because as I'm doing this reading, we're literally in eclipse season. So I love that that card came out. But it's like, this is that time to really, really pay attention to your thoughts and really, really catch the thoughts that are keeping you stuck, or almost like, this is so funny, I'm pulling it in just with like the whole thing of this deck of how people have been really nasty. It's like, are you looking for the things that are wrong or are like in your life? Or are you looking for what's good, right? Are you only ever noticing things and shitting on things and hating things? And you're totally allowed to do that. But it's like, or are you finding the good? Are you finding the things to be grateful for? Are you moving through life looking for the good? Or are you moving through life constantly expecting to be disappointed? And that's sort of the final message here, I think. Yeah. It's sort of like you will get what you are looking for, okay? It's like, it's sort of that like, that's sort of it. It's like you will get what you're looking for, and you're needing a shift in perspective, okay? With this Hangman, this Justice card, you're needing a shift in perspective. You're needing that change, which is coming with this eclipse energy. I love this deck. Like I said, I was just gonna do like a short one, and that whole reading came out. Whoever needs it, if you're watching this and you watch this whole thing, obviously it was meant for you, or there's some message in there. Whenever you see it. But yeah, I love it. And this is just a me thing, but I'm like, this deck works for me and I love it. And I'm so excited. I was so excited the moment that I saw it. And now that I have it in my hand, I'm like, okay, who wants a cat reading? Let's talk to the wild cats. Let's talk to the panthera and return to this cat energy and move through it. And yeah, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So, I'm like, you want to book a private reading and have a reading with this card deck, let me know. I was also afraid that my fingers were going to turn purple because like on the inside of the box, hold on, the inside of the box, if you can see, like the purple was coming off. So I was like, oh, it's going to come off on my hand. Nope, it's not. It's fine. We were just shuffling. We were just using all of that. We are good to go. So this is it. This is the whole thing. I love it. I'm in love. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. Did you back this on Kickstarter? Is it something that maybe you want like a future edition if the guidebook gets some editing or something? Like, I don't know. What are the things you love, the things you hate, the whatever? I don't know. Let me know. And if you want like a cat, I got cut off. I was literally just saying, if you want a collection video of cat tarots, maybe this is the one for you, maybe this isn't the one for you, let me know and I can get on that and we can make that happen. Okay, I love you. Mwah. Bye. See you next time.